But you would think these new
Same old work there. Work. Yeah. I don't feel like sitting at home. I don't want to sit at home. You are. I said I don't want to sit like this. Oh yeah. 67. It's 60 in December. 58. Yeah. I started 62. Yeah, I wasn't working. Yeah.
They're nowhere near the caliber we were. Like, I'm in the state championship in Atlanta. In the team that they field.
You got the right time on yours, yeah, we gotta fix that.
Father. Calling meeting to order. We have a public hearing first.
All right, ma'am, I'll go ahead and read the public hearing. Number one, adoption of ordinance number 4308, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 22, zoning, Section 22-2, zoning districts, to approve the request of Montan Land Co. LLC to rezone a portion of parcel number 2573080 from C1 limited commercial to R3M residential multifamily.
Do we have anyone that wishes to speak for this or against it? If not, we're going to close the public hearing and we're going to adjourn. Okay? The public hearing, number one. Yes, ma'am. No one wishes to speak? Okay, we're going to close it. Adjourn. Go into the regular meeting.
Heavenly Father, we come before you in the name of Jesus. Lord, I thank you for your love, your grace, and your mercy. Father, I pray that you guide us with your wisdom, fill our mind with your peace. Lord, I pray that you fill our heart with your kindness. Lord, I pray that you bless everyone that's here. I pray for the continued safety of our firemen and police officers. I pray that you protect them as they protect us. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, before we move on, there was a clerical error on the agenda. The item currently numbered number 2 following number 9 should be number 9A, and all subsequent agenda items will remain currently numbered if approved.
Okay.
You got a motion to amend?
Make the motion to amend.
Second. Motion by Councilman Turner, second by Councilman Williams.
Roll call vote. Councilman Boudreaux.
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James.
Yes.
Councilman Turner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Langford.
Yes.
And Councilman Woods.
Yes. Motion passed. Comment period number 5. I have 3 speaker cards. Anybody else wishing to speak on the agenda item? No one? Okay.
Roll call vote? We need a roll call. Roll call, attendance.
Councilman Kurt Boudreaux.
Here.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James.
Here.
Councilman Todd Turner.
Here.
Councilwoman Terry Langford.
Here.
Councilman Eddie Woods.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry.
Number 6, approve the minutes of a public hearing of the mayor and city council taken on Monday, July 27, 2026.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Turner, second by Councilman Williams.
Roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Okay. Motion passed. Number 7, approve the minutes of a regular meeting of the mayor and city council taken on Monday, July 27, 2026.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Turner, second by Councilman Williams.
Roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
We got a little bit of a clerical error on here. We got Councilwoman Tyler Turner. Just,
Need a motion to
just
amend the
saying, if
minutes
you want to
Make
change
the
it.
motion, make the motion to amend it.
and approve as amended. Now we need a motion to approve as amended.
I'll make the motion to approve as amended.
Second.
Well, I'm sorry, hold on.
Oh.
We have a motion to amend. We have a second. I need, we need a vote to amend.
roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Now we need a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Motion to approve the minutes as amended.
No, second.
Kirk?
Seconded by Councilman Boudreaux.
Roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Terry. Number 8, approve a special event permit application submitted by Latrice Smith on behalf of Elite Cruisers Slow Rolling Riders to have their annual bicycle ride and to utilize Carver Park as a designated food stop on Saturday, September 12, 2026, from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Good afternoon. My name is Latrice Smith. I'm the president and one of the co-founding members of Elite Cruisers Bicycle Club. And we're requesting to have our annual ride in Gonzales. We actually want to start in Carver Park and actually end our ride in Carver Park. Our ride actually starts at 7 and is generally over between 9:30, 10 o'clock, just depending on if we have any bicycle breakdowns or things of that nature. The reason I'm requesting to have a food truck is because rides usually consist of, these are social rides, and they usually consist of riding a few miles, maybe 4 to 5 miles, and then stopping at a restaurant for food, and then picking up and riding after. For me, I've adjusted that because Gonzales is really not designed for bike riding, and a lot when you stop on these at restaurants, people get restless because, of course, my ride brings out about 200 people every year. And so people get restless because if they're not hungry, then I want to go back to my car. And so to keep people from running all over the city on bicycles, I would rather just have the ride, stop at a store instead of, we usually stop at one of the stores, the store on Worthy and Burnside, let everybody use the restroom, get something to eat, something to drink, and then we continue our ride. And at the end of the ride, that is when they're able to get something to eat in the park.
Just one food truck?
Usually, well, I say a food truck, but actually it's not a food truck. The guy just comes and he sets up with a tent and,
Caters?
yeah, he's a caterer.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilwoman Lambert, second by Councilman Williams.
Roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Number 9, approve a $5,000 community partnership with Ray Prado and the Boucherie and Balloon Festival.
How
How y'all doing? So I'm Ray Prado. I'm the president of the Boucherie Festival Association and the Lions Club in Sorrento. So we are putting on this festival every year, and it's we're gaining traction every year. We've since we've been in Sorrento now, we're 25% up every year for the past 4 years. So we're getting a lot of people coming in. Like I said, last year we did get 63 rooms booked at the Clarion, and so it's bringing people in from Michigan, St. Louis, Missouri this year. So we've got a lot of people coming in to the area, and those people are by default are spending their money here in Gonzales, since Sorrento doesn't have hotels or anywhere. Well, we do have a couple places to eat, but anyway, so we feel like it's impacting the area. This year, we're also focused on giving money to local area charities, and the Ascension Flight Soccer Club Special Needs Program, as well as the Crawfish Aquatics Special Needs Program. We donated $5,000 for that this year. So over the past 4 years, we've donated approximately $50,000 to those different charities. So for special needs. So.
How many balloons y'all gonna have?
We're actually going to 13 this year. We thought we were going to top off at 12, but we actually the Remax Balloon chose to come here over the Natchez Balloon Festival, and so Remax will be joining us this year for the 13th balloon. So.
Any more questions?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Williams,
Second.
second by Councilman Turner.
Roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
No.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
No.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
No.
and Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion failed.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, 9A, final vote on ordinance number 5308, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 22, zoning, Section 22-2, zoning districts, to approve the request of Montana Land Code to rezone a portion of parcel number 2573080 from C1 Limited Commercial to R3M Residential Multifamily.
It's just roll call vote, right?
It's just introduction?
No, it's final vote.
So final vote now?
So Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
No.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
and Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Ordinance approved.
Motion passed.
Ordinance approved. There was no motion.
Sorry, ordinance approved. Number 10, approve application number 2026-369 submitted by D. Daniels Construction requesting to rezone parcel number 2921950 designated as Lot Z1B along West Maurice Roth Road from R8 residential single family, R15 residential single family, and C2 commercial to R8 residential single family, R3 TH townhouse, and C2 commercial.
Anyone here on that?
Anybody want to speak? No cards or anything?
Good evening. Jeff Diamond with Quality Engineering and Surveying at 18320 Highway 42 in Port Vincent. This is a 36-acre tract on the north side of Maurice Ross Road at the west end near South Commerce. We're proposing 18 single-family residential as an extension of the already approved and built-out Gonzales Trace subdivision, and a 1 acre additional commercial tract to be office space for the developer to inhabit as office space there, a 3 acre tract to be undeveloped, and the remainder to be single-family and townhome. We are maintaining, I didn't catch in the introduction, perhaps I missed it, but we are maintaining a portion of the R15, a portion of the R8, and the C2. We're simply adding some C2, and some of the R8 is, some of the C2 is being converted to RTH.
Is any of this in the flood zone?
I don't know the answer to that, to tell you the truth. We're here just looking for a zoning designation right now. Of course, there would be detailed drainage studies, traffic studies, preliminary layouts, things like that to be worked through with the engineering staff and the planning staff during that phase of the project.
I think it might be a good idea if we get a qualified wetlands study, mitigation, any mitigation requirements, drainage, all that beforehand. This is not about denying it. I feel like the fair thing to do for Mr. Daniels and the community is to get this done before we rezone it. He may find out that he has 13 acres of wetlands, and I don't want to hurt, I don't want to, we deny it, then he can't come back for a year. I would rather get the wetlands study done. I have a little history with this piece of property. When it was donated, I'm not involved in it, I just know about it. And I'm seeing, Jacob, you have that map? Can you pull it up on the screen? I pulled up the wetlands map. Have you seen it?
What wetlands map?
That's on the, she's gonna pull it up. This one?
I don't believe that's a delineation or a jurisdictional determination from the Corps of Engineers.
You don't believe what?
I don't believe that's, it doesn't look like a jurisdictional determination or
It
a
came from the
delineation.
usgovernment.com website. I pulled it up.
Okay, those are generally databases that show areas that may or may not, based on soil classifications, land cover statistics, things like that. In the United States, the Army Corps of Engineers is the only body authorized to issue jurisdictional determinations. And that's all part of the detailed study that's done later. City of Gonzales has, and Ascension Parish all have, and in fact, the state of Louisiana have very detailed processes for identifying wetlands and for mitigating affected wetlands with a permit from the Corps of Engineers.
Okay.
It's a very lengthy and very expensive process. Expense aside, just the delineation is approximately 4 to 6 months. The jurisdictional determination usually runs another 6 months, and then permitting can run anywhere from 12 to 24 months. So you're looking at a 2 to 3 year process just to answer those questions.
Okay,
So,
wouldn't you rather have an answer though before?
respectfully, no, ma'am, I would not. They're not part of this. They're not part of this application. If we had a jurisdictional determination and a permit had been issued, that would certainly be interesting for right now.
Okay, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a retention pond, I'm seeing 2 ponds, another large pond, which is a retention pond behind Mr. Lamandola's property. Then I'm seeing all this is wetlands right here. So I don't think this is enough room to build 68 townhouses. I think it would be fair for him to find that out before we approve this. I think it'd be fair to us and the citizens who don't want to be flooded. I think it would be fair to everybody. I'm gonna make a motion to table it.
With respect, wetlands aren't a factor in flooding controls. Wetlands can serve as storage during surges, but they're not typically part of a flood control measure.
It's classified as freshwater forested wetland that contains a mix of broad-leaved deciduous and needle-leaved deciduous trees and is flooded with water during part of the growing season. So
I'm afraid I'm simply not familiar with that delineation that you're looking
this
at.
land was originally donated to St. Teresa as a wetlands and biology lab for the school. Did you know that?
I
You
did
heard what I
not know
said?
that.
Okay,
I did hear what you said.
okay. This didn't go through traditional financing, like a bank or a mortgage company. So there was no wetlands determination. I talked to him Saturday, I talked to Mr. Daniel Saturday. I think the safe thing to do is to table this so he can have a wetland study done and find out just how much usable land he has.
We'd be tabling it for upwards of a year.
That's fine with me.
So I have a question. I have a question.
Sure.
So the wetland study and all that stuff, that's done at the permitting stages of,
It's generally done before permitting. It's generally part of an expanded due diligence process.
right, and part of that due diligence will determine whether or not, I guess, construction or building on those lands is a feasible process and what impact it would have in the environment, correct?
Correct.
And you stated earlier that the toll that it would take financially and also labor-wise is pretty intensive, correct?
It's significant, yes, sir.
All right, and so what you're looking for today is just approval to rezone that area,
Just to rezone. We're not looking for a permit to construct anything at all.
and that will come later during the permitting stages.
That's right. We would have to go back to Planning Commission for a site plan and for preliminary plats. We would have to go through the engineering staff and the planning staff for layouts of the entire situation, the entire site. All the infrastructure would have to be designed by professional engineers. There's a lot of surveying to be done, topographic surveying, boundary surveying. There's a lot of work to do downstream of the rezoning effort. This is simply the first step in a long, long process.
And so even if the council does approve the zoning, there's still a possibility that the permitting phase of your request may be denied based upon that feasibility study.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, we're not looking not to do any of these studies. We just want to do them at what we believe is the right time, the customary time.
And I'm sure what you don't want to happen is for you to spend the money, do the research, and only to come back and be denied the zoning request, correct?
Absolutely correct. Yes, sir. Again, the rezoning of this property doesn't permit Mr. Daniels or anyone else to do anything. It doesn't permit any construction. It doesn't move any of those other things further down the road. It simply opens the door for him to understand what land use might be appropriate for the site.
And the rest of this at the end of Cocodrie Street, this, the back of that subdivision, it dead ends. He has permission to build how many houses there?
18.
Well, there's a major drainage ditch you can see that runs across this entire piece. I don't understand how 18 houses are gonna even fit here.
Again, that's all worked out during the drainage impact study and the layouts for the preliminary plat. All to be reviewed by the planning staff and by the planning commission. It's a very detailed process. Also, any major drainage ways, the city has consulting engineers that would review drainage work, and the parish will take title over any major drainage ways. East Ascension Consolidated Gravity Drainage District would involve themselves.
There's just too many ponds on this property for me to build 18 houses and 68 townhouses. I got a motion to table on the table, so.
I'm afraid I don't understand the concern about the space available.
There's a motion to table by Councilwoman Lambert. I believe the appropriate motion would be a motion to defer, since this matter will probably be taken up at a later time. So Ms. Lambert, is your motion to table or defer?
Defer.
And I'll second it.
Motion to defer by Councilwoman Lambert, second by Councilman Boudreaux.
Deferring the approval.
Of the rezoning.
I have a question, if I may. Defer until what happens?
You gotta ask the mover.
I'm sorry?
You have to ask the mover.
Until a qualified wetlands delineation, any applicable wetlands mitigation requirements, and a drainage and stormwater analysis is done. And that way we can
It simply isn't
establish,
part of the
that way we
zoning
can
process.
establish the actual developable acreage of the property.
There is a process for that. It is the planning and zoning and engineering phase of any and all projects.
Planning and zoning?
Yes, ma'am.
You talking about Gonzalez Planning and Zoning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, this is the first I've heard of wetlands on this property, and I'm the one that brought it up, and I'm not on planning and zoning. So,
We haven't begun-
we've already made it to here,
We
and
haven't begun that part of the
somebody's
process.
we got a motion to table, that's it.
Wait,
So
okay.
it's a motion to defer.
Motion to defer, you can get it from me.
Yeah.
And who seconded?
Mr. Boudreaux.
Councilman Boudreaux seconded.
A roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Gray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
No.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes,
and Councilman Williams.
No.
Motion passed.
Motion to defer pass.
Motion to defer, excuse me, passed.
If I may, what is the next step?
I guess the recommendations or requests by Councilwoman Lambert will have to be done to her satisfaction to place it back on the agenda.
correct.
Can you help me with some details about that request? What exactly would you like to see?
I would like to see a wetlands determination done. I would like to see wetlands mitigation requirements, any that you need. I want to see how much of that 32 acres you are able to use. And I think y'all are going to be quite surprised how much of that is going to be considered wetlands. This land was donated to St. Teresa, again,
I
for a
understand,
wetlands
but-
and biology lab. You understand? Wetlands and biology lab.
Yes, ma'am.
There's all these ponds on there. That's what I want done. It's for the safety of the community, for Mr. Daniel's best interest, and it's for the city's best interest. Okay?
All right, then. Anything?
I have a question about the frontage of the property that's we've been cutting for the last 4 years. That's, I know in no shape or form is in wetlands
This piece right here?
along Oris.
Okay. Do you think you can fit 68 townhouses there?
No.
Because the
I-
way
I- I-
this
I
map,
don't.
the way this other map shows, let me see. You got the townhouses in two separate, actually, the way this map corresponds, you got a pond right here. So you got this piece in the front. I don't think you can put 68 townhouses on there. That's what I wanted you to find out. Because you might only be able to put 30 townhouses. Do you want to go
And-
through with this?
And we would cross that bridge and make that determination.
Okay, find
But-
out how much of it is wetlands, that's what I want you to do. You're gonna be surprised, okay?
Simply not part of the process. I don't know how else to say it. It's simply not a requirement of a rezoning.
The plans that you have right now is just based on full usage of the property, right?
But
I'm just asking, cause like,
I have a question first. The land is already zoned R8 residential. So at some point it was zoned for residential, but now it's like the goalpost is moving to rezone it. So that's the part that I'm confused about.
So if you wanted to build on there based upon the current zoning establishment, you could do that. And then you can present that to planning and zoning or do the impact study to see whether or not you can build 30 homes or 100 homes. And they'll let you know how many homes you built, but still it's zoned for residential, correct?
Correct.
And so all you're doing is looking to place condos and mixed use.
Yeah, we just want to change the zoning and then we would cross that bridge doing the delineation. That's very expensive up front. If I have to cut it, we have no problem cutting it, but I want to cross that bridge when we get there.
No, I understand. But the vote has already been
Yes.
cast.
Okay, moving on to number 11.
Approve application number 2026-373 submitted by Vince Diaz Properties requesting a special use permit for a laydown yard at 630 West New River Road, parcel number 2870800 in a C2 district commercial. Mr. Vince Senior?
You get Vince Jr.
Junior, I'm sorry.
Good evening, Vince Jr. I was here about a year ago about this property in question to get it rezoned, and it passed. I went through planning and zoning. We had just bought the property not too long before that for just this purpose to extend a current laydown yard that we currently use along with our tenant next door to my place of business, Diaz Sign Company, right there on the south end. And in this picture, you can see the highlighted area of where the proposed laydown yard would be. It's currently just a pasture right now, and I have pictures to show. And they're not on here. Let's see. They're in the email. Okay. They didn't make it. I had some pictures from this morning of the laydown, or the property.
So what is that again? The yellow shaded area?
That would be the area that I'd like to convert into a laydown yard.
And that's trees?
No, I got pictures, but they didn't make it. I could actually show you on my phone, but it's just a pasture that you would bush hog. And let's see. I know that flooding and drainage is a hot topic and it's in question, but I do have an email from the Army Corps engineer from November 21st of 2024 that I'd like to read regarding this property. There was two emails. The first one: good morning, Mr. Diaz. Thank you for taking my call this morning. Our office has received a complaint of machinized land clearing in potential wetlands. We would caution any further clearing until it is verified that there are no wetland impacts, distribution or fill material into a wetland or property at 630 West New River Road. That's where we're talking about right here. To speed up the process, you may want to hire a environmental consultant to provide the data to the Corps. I've attached a jurisdictional determination from this email if you wish to fill it out. So that was November of 24. And then I have a follow-up email. Good morning, Mr. Diaz. After our site visit and inspection of your project, it is determined that there are no wetland impacts and work was conducted in upland areas. We understand you are aware there are wetlands located on the property and you avoided impacting those specific areas. We appreciate that. If there is anything the Corps...
You finished reading.
You want to finish?
I want to add, so this picture with the trees on it.
Yeah.
You telling me if I go over there right now, that's what that looks like?
Oh no, that's an old picture.
Okay, it's an
That's
old
an
picture.
old map.
So what's there right now?
A pasture.
A pasture? Do we have anybody?
I'm gonna email it. You can push all in over.
Jacob, J-A-C-O-B.
I got 4 pictures.
Would this be it? You wanna pull mine up? That's what you want? That dirt part? That lay down yard, that's a before and after picture? Is that what you want?
It's grass.
Oh, it's grass now, after you added the dirt, after you brought in dirt? You built it up and took the trees out?
We removed the topsoil and replaced it with clay, so. And I'm pretty sure we got a permit. And we got a wetlands determination from the Corps saying that that area was high and dry. That's it, right there. There's the current yard, and you can see where it stops and where the grass starts. And that's directly behind it. So, again, I was here a year ago to get this property rezoned. We're not trying to do the whole 6 acres, 5 acres, or whatever it is. It's about 500 feet by 160 feet in the upland areas determined by the Corps engineer. And y'all approved me a year ago with this intent. So here I am to follow through with it. So if y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
We rezoned that to C1.
C2, I believe.
All of it was, Scott, all of that was rezoned to C1 or C2? You remember? All the buildings and everything?
Yeah, it was like 3 parcels, and it all was off, including the sign shop. It was, I think, residential. We had to get that rezoned too.
You remember, Scott?
I don't remember. There was 3 parcels to it, whether it went C1 or C2. His application in the packet says C2. I believe it was C2.
That's. No, I'm talking about the last time he came up. Like 8 months ago, a year ago. He had all of the buildings rezoned. Let me see. So you're actually requesting a special use permit for the laydown yard in C2?
That's right. For that specific area, roughly 500 feet long by 160 feet wide, which is the width of that long strip that we own.
So you're not wanting to go any further than the brown
No,
dirt spot?
no, just that spot. And you can see my warehouse behind there.
Which warehouse is that?
On the right, behind that shipping container. And
That's-
in the core letter, it showed, it said that there was wetlands, and we went right up to the edge, because where the trees are, there is a swamp there, and it drops off. So we stopped.
Okay, so I know y'all built that land up a lot. Because I went over there Sunday morning and looked for myself. So I rode all down Toby Street. The way the drainage runs right now, it runs across behind those 5 trailers. It runs across your second piece of property, and then it runs across the tip end of Mr. Danny Lanew's property, right? And it goes under the road at Toby, and it goes out toward Airline.
Yes and no. And I can explain that, because
Well, I'm looking at it on a satellite map, so I can
Yeah.
see where his property has not been cleaned out,
that's what I was.
which probably limits the drainage, but how do you plan on rerouting this?
So, great question. I've been in talks with Mr. Ron Savoy, and this is a picture from Ron. I would have to pull up the Ascension Parish map, there's a big ditch that runs on the north side of this property, and it is supposed to connect to this ditch right where all those trees are, but it doesn't, and it hasn't connected for some time. And the reason being, it goes back 50, 70 years where Danny's dad wouldn't let the parish on his property clean out his ditch over some argument. And you can see on the aerial map where it goes and goes and goes, and then it just turns into woods. So the water's getting choked up and it can't get to Toby Street. And Mr. Ron, who's, I believe, the head of Public Works, I think that's his title, sent me an email along with this picture saying that it's basically in the works and they want to reroute the ditch onto our property, which we're allowing him to do, granting him a servitude to finish that ditch off. That way everything can drain, because right now it's not draining.
But you want that ditch to be dug on the side of the road real deep right here?
No, I want the ditch to connect to the ditch on the side of the road. Let me pull up that ditch on the parish assessor's map. I think that'd be the best. Just on Google.
Have you tried to get the parish to maybe force Mr. Lanou to clean that ditch out?
Oh, I don't want to get involved with that. It's his property. We have a good relationship with him.
He refused to let him.
Yeah.
There's pretty good reason for it.
That's why I want to just give him some servitude.
He refused, but I mean, in the interest of public good, sometimes they can force.
The parish doesn't have a permit, and they took the land, and there's a lot of that, so that we can't repeat. Anyway, we can cure all that by connecting the end of the ditch. The ditch, as you can see from food traffic going left to right, it stops right there in the woods, because the new never would let them go into his property.
I see it.
And it's in blue, and it stops at his property.
Yeah.
They clean the ditch every election right up to the news property, but they never did connect, and they put the box cover, they cleaned along the railroad.
Oh, they put a new bridge?
Oh, they put a new bridge, it just needs to get connected.
It's pretty fuzzy, but you can see, oops, sorry.
Yeah,
You see the blue, you see where it just kind of dead ends right there, right in the middle? And it's
That's
supposed to
the
go
picture I
to
have.
Toby Street, but it doesn't. It's all woods. So what we want to do is give them servitude to connect it alongside of that trailer right here through our property. And that's what Ron's looking into.
But nothing to do with what we're asking now. None
Well,
of
I
our
mean,
buildings
just
or
to help
property
him.
flooded in 2016. And for now, we just want addition to the existing layout.
Yeah.
And we corrected some other problems. I've been in Sun Dennis since 1982, and it turned out my property wasn't zoned properly. Well, we got that fixed up.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
The wooded area, it's a large community back there. Off of
Ma'am?
It's a large community off of Toby,
Mm-hmm.
and it's several streets back there, residents. All of that area floods.
Oh,
And that
that's why we
buyer-
want to put this ditch. Yeah.
I know, but that buyer still connects to where that bridge is at. That buyer curves.
I want to get the water to the ditch, and then it can go east. And that's what Ron's trying to do too, to help everybody, including myself, in the area where our business is. Mostly the right there where the
So
where
you
the
have-
people live.
You have the land right next to these trailers?
Yes, that's that same strip. It's just a
So-
160 foot wide by. I don't
Instead
know
of
how
putting a
long.
ditch next to these trailers and threatening their property, why don't you just put the ditch on the other side of your property?
Yeah.
You don't
Can't
have
go-
to.
Where
You
are you
don't have
talking
to,
about?
right here. Instead of putting it here, this is your property?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just, I mean, it snakes a little much for me, but
It would it would cut me off on Toby Street, but I'm trying to still have
Well,
frontage
it's
on
gotta
Toby.
go under Toby Street.
No.
Oh, no, it just needs to go
Same
up
side
to
of
it. The same sign. You see where the cursor is? It
Well-
just needs to go to that blue line. That's where the ditch is, right there. And Ron's gonna figure out the most efficient way to reroute that ditch, since we're granting him full access to do whatever, because it's just gonna help us. And everybody in that immediate area to get that water out. Because right now it's just sitting there. So.
I'm a little concerned about that water in the ditch at Toby, going back and flooding, the residents behind the school that flooded, Carver, the church, all that back there. I'm worried about that water going back.
Well, this is in the parish, it's not in the city, and he's looking into, he's got the engineers and everybody looking into that.
Part of it is the city.
It is the city.
Part of it is the city. From, part of Toby is the city and part of Toby is the parish.
Oh, that's why, okay, I guess right
That
there
area
must be
right
the
there
parish.
floods on Toby.
Wow, I'm
Right up
trying
in
to prevent that.
Right up in that curve, from that bayou,
Yeah.
same bayou, and also from the bayou that you're talking about over on the other side. It's a residential area there, and they get water there all the time.
Well, being that they just put these huge box culverts that can take more water, and the fact that this ditch can route that water to those culverts to just get it out of there, because you don't want it to hold, that's what we're trying to do. And that's what Ron and his engineers and his people are trying to determine the best, plan of action for that. And that's what his email was.
You see that water rolls all back on this community.
Well, if it
And I
catches
know
the
that for a
ditch,
fact.
if it catches the ditch and goes east, then it gets out the community.
It-
Yeah, that's the whole
Yeah.
intent.
Yeah,
Because I'm in that community too.
yeah. Even if for a heavy rain, Toby is underwater.
Oh, yeah?
Toby and all those back streets are underwater.
Yeah. And I think
And
it's underwater because of that problem right there in the woods, or at least it'll help. It can't hurt.
Mr.
Moving
Clerk,
water.
you have cards for people who wish to speak on the issue.
Yes, sir, I have 3 public speaker cards. You want to begin?
You can.
Any other questions? I had written a card, but I'm saying everything I wanted to say anyway, so.
So you're asking for a special use permit for this lay-down yard, that's C2,
Yes, sir.
the one I have with all the dirt? If we don't give you a special use permit, the dirt is already there, what are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with the spot?
I replaced the dirt
Are
with
you trying to
topsoil.
enlarge this? Are you trying to enlarge this lay-down yard, or this is it?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. And that was part of the planning and zoning. There was a stipulation for just that specific area instead of the whole property, instead of the whole 6 or 8 acres, whatever it is. We just narrowed it down to this spot because it's determined by a Corps engineer that that's the upland, non-wetland spot. So we don't want to go into the wetlands.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I'd like to call up Ms. Candy Parr.
Hi, I am against this. I am very much against this. Mr. Diaz was allowed to eliminate the natural floodplain across from me on the side of my house. Now he's went across the street. He has developed, he already had that property up 3 feet. Now it's built up even higher with rocks, limestone, whatever. He put metal walls across the front. It acts as a levee. The water cannot get through. You have pictures. I sent pictures to the council members of the flood of 2021 before the dirt was brought in, before the walls were built, before additional height was put onto that property. The only place it has to go is back to me and at the apartments. They have a section not even as wide as this room for that water to go through, and it's gonna run into the 100 feet of dirt full of new. And then the ditch is useless, so where does it go? This should have never been developed. These are mapped and classified riverine wetlands. It's not palmetto leaves, it's ridges and drops. And the water has nowhere to go except Toby's already impassable. Always has been. Coon Trap wasn't. Now sometimes Coon Trap is. They added 2 inches of asphalt on this section, and I think it's because they were worried about emergency vehicles having to detour the airline to get to anyone past Diaz signs in the event of a bad flood. There's no access. You can't go on a back road and go through Toby. Toby's flooded. Oak Street, all them people back there. He's saying it's the highest point, so that means it comes right back to me and right back to the apartments. The whole first set of the apartments already go underwater now. The parking lot floods. And all of this was done across the street for a pasture, a cow pasture. It didn't have to be done that drastically. But the water will come on me, and it will come on the apartments. And it will go in the road. And if a vehicle cannot get through due to an emergency, I will make sure the victim knows why.
I have a question. This picture of the flooding, I think some of those apartments got flooded. You know when this was taken?
They should have dates on all of them. And I can't see.
Oh,
what you
May.
show.
Is it the bottom one, May of?
May 18, 2021 was when it flooded, before the dirt was brought in, before the levee was made. Because it's in effect a levee. The water can't get through. And that's where the natural flow went, across his property. And they don't know if it's gonna end up at all these little houses that are on the other side of those woods.
That's Lamandola Apartments, right?
Ma'am?
The apartments?
Yes, ma'am, the old Lamandola
right?
Apartments.
Okay.
And I've been in my home 36 years and I've lived here all my life.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Apartments never flooded before he developed in 2015. I never flooded. The road, you had to walk 1/10 of a mile down the road to get to the flood water before. Since 2015, it comes to my driveway. And we're talking knee deep or deeper. I have to swim my dog across the street to use the restroom. I have to park at the edge of my driveway, and if it's bad enough, I have to park across the street. And now, all this water may be going to the safe spot across the street. I mean, you see the amount of flooding without a man-made levee and without all that dirt brought in.
Yeah.
And all those trees were torn up that absorbed that flood water.
Can I ask you a question, ma'am? Since 2015, how often has that area flooded?
Wait, I'm sorry, sir?
I said since 2015, how often has that area flooded?
I would say probably about 4 or 5 times. Because, I mean, immediately after he built everything up, I almost got water in my house. That should have never happened. I cannot use my shop. I haven't been able to use my shop in 11 years because it gets a couple of feet of water in it, and I have nowhere else in my yard to put the stuff in the shop to protect it.
Now, I was just wondering whether or not the flooding after 2015.
Yeah, it was about 5 times.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was due to the historical rainfall we had in 2016 that caused flooding.
No, and I know that was exceptional, and it is going to do what it normally would not do. But the May 18th, 2021, that was a milder flood. We get more than that sometimes.
So
I just wanted to clarify.
most of these pictures are 21 and 23?
Yep. And I mean, if you would ride by and look at the picture that I have of the land and look at the land now, it is extremely obvious how high it's been built up. It blocks the water. The water can only go on the road and down the road.
Ms. Lambert, any other questions for this speaker? All right, we have the next speaker.
Okay, next speaker we have is Ms. Tina Hanson.
She doesn't need to, I got to get mine in.
Last person we have is Kathy Hambrick.
Good evening, Council, and Mr. Diaz, who I do quite a bit of business with over the past 32 years. I'm here basically for information. My concern, as mentioned before, is Coon Trap floods more than it has ever flooded in my lifetime. My parents bought our house on Coon Trap, in 1974, and I would say in the past 7-8 years, Coon Trap floods to the extent that you can't cross it. And my concern, because Toby also floods, is if an emergency vehicle needs to get down Coon Trap or to any of the residents in that corridor, they will have to go all the way back around to the airline highway, as I do, because you can't cross Coon Trap and you can't come through Toby. All of my life, you could get down to Toby, go around Coon Trap in front of Diaz, and I wanted to know what is causing that. I'm here basically for information. What has changed in the development within the city limits? My concern is that the yard field may make the problem worse on Coon Trap, and it seems like it would be a public hazard if emergency vehicles couldn't get through. Was there a feasibility study? Will it flood more? And will that be a hazard for residents? Is my question.
Okay, so you called me last week. You said you have 5 acres on?
4.5 acres on Coon Trap.
Okay.
And there's a parish ditch. There's a ditch that runs on the back of my property. That property, the water backs up all the way across Coon Trap and comes into my backyard on Coon Trap, more than I've ever seen water come into that yard. 4.5 acres, it goes into the shed in our backyard and halfway up the yard where my house is. I just want to know what is causing that. There are wetlands in that ditch. My mom always said, and would take us back there and show us the cypress knees that grow in the back of that property. And she said, you'll never be able to dig it out because it is wetlands. I never officially looked at it, but looking at the maps that you showed me or sent me the other day, I'm concerned about the damage to the wetlands and if it will be a hazard. Will Coon Trap flood even more than it floods already? Coon Trap in the curve. Right. Coon Trap in the curve in front of in Lamandola Apartments is where I'm talking about.
I think that's that same ditch I'm talking about.
It is. It goes under Coon Trap and goes behind her property.
So that would have been very.
Well, I don't know. I think water is maybe backing up and flooding her right now.
Because it can't go through the loop.
Because it can't go east. It's back.
Right. I mean, that's a flood. That's a flooding situation.
That's what I'm looking into, which I'm so thankful for, because like I said, our business is there. His house is there. The house I grew up in is right there.
So my main question is, was there a feasibility study? I know someone says this, someone says that, but is a feasibility study required so that there is proof before you approve it or not, is my question.
The city last year or year before, we did and we put 2 new boxes. We changed out, there was a little bridge, and they dug it out, but we got with the parish, and we put 2 huge box culverts across in Toby. That's what our engineers came up with at the time. That was a couple of years ago. And I don't think we had a big rain since, but we addressed that issue to get the water across the street. I know that.
Is that considered a feasibility study?
Well, we did it because it was stopping. So our engineer at the time got with the parish, and we split the cost to put it through, to dig up Toby and fix the problem.
But the area still floods, Kurt. That's what she's saying. It's still flooding from Toby going back and from Coon Trap.
It seems to still flood as of last year. It seems to still flood.
Yeah.
To me, it seems to still flood. That's why I'm asking if an official feasibility study was done or is it needed? That's just my question.
I know what she's saying. I've been on that area, and it floods a little bit past the church, going around that curve. Mm-hmm. It's high water, and then it floods back into the neighborhood. So it definitely floods.
Any more questions?
Scott, got a question for you. I'm reading this, what y'all said, that it can't go past a property that y'all said under the conditions, right?
I'm sorry, Craig.
The property, I'm reading, it says approval, recommending approval with the conditions, and I read the conditions. So y'all looked at all this too, right?
Right at the edge of that property is where that ditch is at, though.
That's all.
That's it?
What was the question, Kirk? I didn't.
Well, no, what planning and zoning required
To approve it?
just to approve the laydown yard?
Okay.
Because that's, that's what we're discussing.
Okay, can I get
Motion to
a,
approve.
Is anybody got no more speakers?
no more questions? Can I get a motion to approve or deny?
A motion to deny.
Motion to deny by Councilman Williams,
Second.
second by Councilman Turner.
No.
To deny.
It's a
To
motion
deny.
to deny. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Councilwoman Cynthia Ray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
and Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion to deny pass. Number 12, adopt a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an entity state agreement and funding commitment letter with the LA DOTD for the sidewalks project on Oris, Sandra, and Darla.
Good evening, everyone. This is a project that was awarded by the DOTD and the Capital Regional Planning Commission of approximately $1.6 million with no local match to construct sidewalks essentially to the Gonzalez Middle School. So it would be Oris Row, Worthy, Darla, and one other. Shoot, I lost it. Where are we? And Sandra, I'm sorry. So as of right now, it just completed its feasibility study. So at this point is when they send an agreement to the state, to the city, to continue the project on or to essentially end it at the feasibility study. As I said, there is no local match on this particular project, and it is for sidewalks to connect the school, and we'll also connect sidewalks to the Freeland Jackson, which is about to open.
I thought we had something in plan for that already.
Well, this is sidewalks along the, from all the way from Worthy all the way to Oris Row.
Yeah, but I thought we were looking for a grant already on Darla Street to 30.
I think this is maybe the same grant. The feasibility study's been completed, so.
So we'll have sidewalks all the way to the school?
All the way to the middle school.
Okay, good.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Turner, second by Councilman Boudreaux? I'm sorry, Councilman Williams.
Roll call vote, Councilman Boudreaux,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia Ray James,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
and Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay.
Number 13, engineer.
Engineering report, the big updates. Our Lady of the Lake, we had our pre-construction meeting, and the notice to proceed will be September 8th, was when Our Lady of the Lake Connector Road will begin construction. We did invite the hospital to attend the pre-construction meeting, so they're well aware of the project, and we're coordinating activities that will affect the boulevard surrounding the hospital. And of course, the other big is Freeland Jackson continues. This week, we will have the fire marshal. The paving was completed last week, so it'll be striped. And in approximately 2 weeks, we should be having our grand opening. That's it. Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 14, DPW report, Roosevelt Vessel.
Good evening, all. Y'all know it's been hot, but I just want to let y'all know all the departments been on top of things. We've been taking care of work orders and doing extra stuff that people call in and stuff for. And we got some capital outlay projects we done started on. So once we finish those capital outlay projects, I'll get back with y'all and let y'all know what department it was in and what we done. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.